And there's Carrie!
Good to
Yay!
see everybody.
Hey, everybody. Good to see
It's-
you guys.
I know. I love Instagram Live.
Well, I'm getting to be a fan.
And it's so nice that, I mean, we've been thinking about changing the format of not having people come in and then seeing them in their studio. And then the time can be a little bit more flexible. And so let's see, what time is it? So I see some round pieces behind you, Julie Pelaez.
Yeah, well, sneak preview there.
I know. It's hard because the art will be so a week from today, I think we'll have most of the exhibition installed.
Awesome. I cannot wait.
I know.
I'm excited for people to see these pieces in person because it's hard just from photography to really get the full effect of the mirror paint. And so it's seeing them live here and in person in the studio or in the gallery there is gonna be huge.
It's gonna be awesome.
And their faces, I mean, the color field is around them. That's what I think is so amazing.
Yeah, it's like interactive.
Totally.
All right, so I have a hair on oh my gosh, totally off topic. Do y'all sleep with a satin pillowcase?
Yes.
I just started it. It was amazing. Oh my gosh. I've been seeing it on TikTok for months and I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, yeah, let's do it. And what a difference.
Yeah, would that we have done that 20 years ago, right?
Exactly. I wouldn't have had frizzies for years. And all right, so I think we've got lots of people on.
Yeah.
So let me introduce everybody. So I'm Lenny Goodman, creative director at Art for the People Gallery. And then we have Julie Pelaez, local Austin artist, who is going to be having a solo exhibition, Own Your Aura, that opens a week from Saturday. And then we have Carrie Moss, who is a phenomenal aura photographer. Can't wait to hear more about that, because that's something that I think many of us don't know about. So yeah, I don't think I can get rid of the who joined and who not. So we might not be able to have, all right, but we're all here. So if we have a little bit of a distraction, that's okay. So Julie, so give us the backstory of what got you interested in aura photography, because boy, when we talked about you having a solo this year, you were like, it was like you knew exactly what you had been thinking about it or had been exposed to it. So talk to us about it.
Yeah, so the whole world of aura photography was new to me, and I want Carrie to like really talk a lot about that to give context, but I am such a obviously visual person, and so when I saw them for the first time, here I have this is my example of Carrie's portrait of me, but if you could see, it's just got like this glowing red and orange, like that's my aura. And it's just so fascinating because we've all felt energy from people, you know what I mean? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. You've had people that you've met where they walk into a room and they light up the room, or conversely, you've met people who suck the energy out of a room, right? And so it's undeniable. We all have this energy that radiates from us. It changes day to day. So anyway, when I saw these visual, and there was a whole rainbow of colors, mine just happens to be primarily red, but I was just so fascinated with not only visually how it looks, but how you can influence your aura day to day. You can change it, and so it's like having that conscious thought to step into your energy and choose the energy. Like, what is the energy that I am exuding versus the energy that I want to exude? And what do I want? How do I want to shape my environment and the people around me? Because all of our energies are bouncing off of each other and influencing each other. So it's really about people seeing themselves in the art, surrounded by colors, and then just being more conscious of the energy that they're putting out into the world. So I would love to.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Julie?
Sure.
So how did you come up with the medium, like the paint, using this paint so that they can actually see themselves with the color fields? I find that so fascinating.
So I primarily used alcohol inks for this, which I've been using for a long time, but I combined it with different materials and substrates for this exhibition. I used mirror paint, which I have never used before. So some of the pieces, there's 2 different types of mirror paint that I used, and you'll see how those look differently. And then on 2 pieces, I painted directly on mirror. So it was, I didn't have the color cover the entire surface. I have it more strategically whirling around the mirrored areas so that you can look at yourself in the art and be surrounded by the different colors. But it was a lot of experimenting for me and playing, and I had so much fun creating these.
They're gorgeous. I love them. And I love the clarity that you got with each of the colors, because there is a component of that with aura photography. The clarity and the saturation of the colors can let us know a little bit about our energy field, and I can talk about that some more later, but I kind of interrupted you, so keep going.
I think just to help give context for those people who really are not aware of aura photography at all, can you kind of talk about the different color meanings and how you even take the photograph?
Yeah. So we have a special camera, and so you actually place your hands on sensor plates that have electrodes on them, and they are picking up the energy that is emanating off of the energy centers on your hands. I mean, some of your body as well, because our aura is 360 degrees around our body. And so they put their hands on the plates, and I snap the photo. And that is connected to the computer that's inside the special camera. It's literally called an Aura Cam. And the computer inside the camera has an algorithm that actually interprets the data and turns it into your aura. Okay, so this is your here and now energy. It shifts and changes as we shift and change, so the kind of the big question is everyone asks is, when will it change? I'm like, that's the $1 million question. And just depending on you, would that I have that answer.
So but that's the frequencies of the vibrations that shows up as different colors. Is that?
Say that one more time, the beginning part.
Is it the different frequencies of the vibrations that shows up as different colors? Okay.
Yes.
So
go ahead, Lynnie.
Have you done where you get people thinking or changing their energy and tracking that, or?
Yes. I way back when I first started, I did a little bit of that, and some people were really able to turn it on a dime, and for others they would have to really go into a meditative state and call in the color ray that they were wanting to exude. But we can in fact do that, and actually that's one of the coolest things that I love about this aspect of my work, is that when we start to really embrace and recognize that we are more than these physical bodies, that we're energetic beings, we start to experience the world in a different way, energetically, because everything is truly energy. And when that happens, magic really starts happening in your life. You learn how to work with the color rays, call them in for your benefit, and also how to deal with other people's energy that maybe isn't really so good for you at that moment. You know, it gives you a whole new perspective on how to interact and view with the world, which I think is fascinating.
Because I think one of the things that I thought was just so informative was we do art tags, and Julie, it was neat. I think it was from Carrie, you facilitating information of sort of like what each of the ray, you know, pink has a certain energy.
The characteristics,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool because I think it is incredibly empowering for people to realize that we can change our energy, and also how to deal with, especially nowadays where everybody seems to be so stressed about COVID and everything.
Yeah, totally. Each color has some meanings behind it. And I go into that. You can find a lot of that information on my website. I'll take up a whole hour here if I start talking about that right now. But, red, Julie had a lot of red in her aura. So red can be the sense of power and natural leadership. Yep, there it is. Strength. It is very much about being focused on the physicality in the three-dimensional plane. Like your head isn't up in the clouds when you have red. You're grounded, you're moving forward, it's action, it's making it happen. And she's actually got orange in hers too.
Yeah, at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's like down there at the bottom is it bottom right? Anyway, and so when you combine orange and red, I always think of that combination as like the dynamic duo for making stuff happen. That's what I told Julie that day. I was like, oh yeah, you are grounded and moving through. And so orange, creativity, charisma, great with people, maybe going to kind of march to the beat of their own drum just a little bit. I also think of the orange ray as like Peter Pan energy. It's just real fun loving, and they're enthusiastic about life. And so these two rays really create this kind of synergistic blend of moving things through, of making things happen. So that was you that day, Julie. I wish that we could take it live right now for everybody and like open it up.
But that was a really cool experience getting the photo done. I mean, it's really fast. But I was sitting
because you have a yurk.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, yurt. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's closed, so it's just all dark, and I had my hand on the electrode sensor. Yeah, it was super.
I'm glad you liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and I think there's a certain people I guess might think, oh, that's woo woo or whatever, but it is like scientifically based. I mean, it is proven. It's undeniable. The energy that we all feel, and it is measurable, and it is
measurable.
To have a visual to it, it's so cool.
I think so too. They've measured the aura because all of our organs have their own energy field. All of our cells have their own energy field, and so on and so on. And the heart, the aura of the heart, can be measured 15 plus feet away from your body. And that's just a regular medical machine that is measuring that. And so there's been a lot of research and data in the last, I would say, 10 years where, quantum mechanics and quantum physics comes into play. And I'm certainly not going to talk about that right now. That's just, my brain is there, but it's like really hard to wrap your head around. But
now, Carrie, what got you, so kind of walk us through, what got you involved in aura photography?
Well, I have been in photography for many, many years, wearing a bunch of different hats. And I had actually kind of bowed out. I had gone off and taken like a 9-to-5 job. My mom had just passed. And I was like, I can't be a freelancer. I just need to do this like regular schedule. And I did that for like 3 months, and I was like, yeah, I'm dying here. And during that time, my friend Carrie showed me an Aura photo, and we were both in the art department together years ago. And she was like, "Hey, look at this." I said, that is so cool. Like, how do they get the thing around them? You know, what is this all about? She said, it's a special camera. And my mom had raised me very much with a metaphysical background and readings and all that. So that was already in me. And then we had this really neat kind of analog technology. And so I was like, I think I might do that. And here we are. You know, that was 7 years ago.
That's so cool. And and what are people's reactions? Because it'll be neat to see with Julie's exhibition, to see which pieces, because we're also doing like a contest about selfies. I guess we can talk about that a little bit. But are sometimes people surprised with their aura readings? Did they think that it was going to be brighter or darker, or?
Yeah, they can be. I think the one that surprises people the most is red, because I think that red gets a bad rap. Like, people think, oh my God, I have red in my aura, you know, I must be angry or have anxiety, you know, which red can. Every color ray has a range of characteristics. And so high vibratory red is leadership and passion and willpower, and low vibratory red, it can be easily frustrated, maybe unconsciously crosses people's boundaries, maybe anxiety. So there is a range, but I think just with red, you know, people tend to focus more on the negative aspects of it, and for that, whoa, you know. So I'm like, not necessarily. Embrace your red, man. This is passion. I call my reds my zesty reds, you know? I mean, they're living life. So sometimes they are a little surprised. I would say 85 to 90% of the time, they're like, yeah, that fits where I am right now. You know, I'm like, you need the strength of the red ray, and that, you know, using yours, Julie, that effervescent kind of vitality that would come from the orange ray right now in your life in some way. And so if you get quiet and you think about that and you tune into how you might need that, they go, oh yeah, okay. Because we're using the color rays in our aura, in our body and being for healing, but there's a flow. So they come in and they go out. They come in and they go out.
So now, Julie, how did you choose with Own Your Aura pieces? I guess walk us through, or why don't you show us some pieces?
Yeah.
And then we can kind of talk about like how that might show in a person or what.
Okay. Well, I was going to say we need to get your aura photo done.
Lynnie. Yeah, Lynnie.
Oh, yes,
so we can see what color you.
Once we get install, I thought that would be really fun.
I predict magenta for you, Lynnie.
Ooh, that's my
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you're going to have to dye your hair to match.
That is so funny because magenta has been on the list of what next color my hair will be. At the moment,
Well, I think this is a
we're
must.
doing blue.
This is
so
a must.
All right, so I'm going to walk you guys through. There's 9 total pieces. Part of my reasons behind the choices that I made was twofold. One was for allowing for different price points for the exhibition. So there is a range there, and then also for me experimenting with different items. So for this first one here, I have 3 round ones. These are 24-inch in diameter. It's alcohol ink on panel, and then they have resin on top, and then there's a mirror paint that is painted on top of the resin. Now this mirror paint is more of like a kind of like aluminum foil in terms of its reflective qualities. But I mean, here you can see you can see my reflection in the resin also. So this one is more subtle, but I took the color palettes directly from examples of Aura portraits. So
yeah, I can tell. It's
so
gorgeous.
really, thank you. And these are silver on the edges.
Nice.
So these guys are the smallest ones. And I really wanted the colors to primarily be shining through and take the lead. And then I have the mirror part, which is, just a sliver so you can catch your.
What I love about that too, Julie, is the way that you made it be round. It's like a portal into your energy field. I love that.
I love that thought.
And it'll be fun when people come and do selfies, because with the resin, it is just like you said, it is so reflective. So it'll be neat to see which way, if people are going to be facing the art and take a selfie like behind them.
Yes.
And I have to say the blue and that one is, gosh, I just feel like I'm floating in an ocean, super calm, gorgeous.
Yeah,
Totally.
they each have just like a different feel to them, So it'll be interesting to see what people gravitate to. So that,
I think it'll be cool to see like if they're drawn to the color that would actually be in their aura at that time,
Right.
No way to test that, but dang, that would be awesome.
So that was those three. Those are the smallest guys. Then I'm going to move over here to, I've got 4 of these larger pieces. These are on clear plexiglass. I mean, obviously you can see here, you can see directly through it, anchored by gold hardware. And this is actually painted on 2 different layers. And this is a different kind of mirror paint, highly, highly reflective, as you can see.
We see you.
So this one, it's so interesting because I kept being drawn to triangle shapes when I was making these. A lot of the masking of the shapes ended up being triangles. And then when I looked it up, some of the symbols of triangles is the balance of body, mind, and spirit. So I thought that was so interesting that I just intuitively was kind of going with that. So here's another one. This one's got reds and fuchsias and greens. And so as you can see, I have a lot of these, there's like this empty space in the middle so that you can see yourself. So this is what I'm talking about, where when I take photos of these, you can't even tell that they're mirrors, like on the website. So seeing them in person is just a totally different story. So that's that one. This guy here, I love the purples, greens, and blues. And this one, the mirror paint. So I ended up, on these plexiglass pieces, I masked out different areas because this particular mirror paint was like a spray paint. So this one is in the shape of like a ray.
That's awesome. Yeah. And the show goes up a week from today, right, you guys, at Art for the People?
We start installing it. It would be next Wednesday and Thursday. It'll be live on the online store by Monday. And then, so definitely by Friday. It technically opens a week from Saturday, but we install the solo exhibitions quite quickly. Okay. Sometimes the acrylic pieces take a little bit more time.
I love the coloration on that one, Julie. Red and purple is a little different. It's not very common, but I've definitely seen it.
And this one feels like super passionate to me. And then I have the another triangle here. So these guys are, I'll tell you, I think they're 23 by 33. To double check that, but these are bigger, and
Oh, I love that one.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are my personal faves. Are these three? They're just so unique. What I love, and I've been painting on the plexiglass in different ways for a while, but combining it with the mirror paint, I just think is so cool. So and the other like thing about these pieces is it's functional art too. You know, everybody needs mirrors.
Oh, yes. Oh, because it is so much fun to play with mirrors in your home. Now, you know what might be a really good idea is to do a video of you looking at the art, and then we can upload it onto the online store. Because I think,
yeah,
just like you said, the image, it's hard to get how reflective it is, and it's really interactive art, which I think is incredible.
Your latest Instagram post, Julie, showed the mirror quality really great. Y'all should head over to Julie's feed and check that out. It's really cool. And with your image in it at the last.
Yeah,
because
that's why I have it in there. Not because, I mean, I actually don't like posting a lot of pictures of myself, but
yeah,
I was like, I gotta show that it's a mirror. So yeah, these, I mean, I can't wait for people to see this in person. And Lynnie did mention there is going to be like a Own Your Aura contest while the show is up. So if people want to come in and take a selfie of themselves surrounded by the aura, and then there's a hashtag Own Your Aura contest, and we'll be giving away a chance to win your own portrait session with Carrie. So Be sure to come and take a picture. And I'm kind of interested to see what photos, which pieces people take their picture in the most.
Yeah,
I know. No, it is. And that's what I love is the interactive part. Now, Carrie, have you found if that people's auras are attracted to, is that part of the attraction process of, let's say with, you said, you thought that I would be a magenta. So does the magenta or the bold red and orange of Julie's have a pull? Is it compatible with another color? Sort of like.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. So actually part of the attraction process, when we feel that attraction to somebody, is they at that moment have the colors that we are lacking in our aura. And so that's why we're drawn to them, because they're fulfilling a need that we have.
That's like the whole opposite attracts, right?
Yeah.
Opposite attracts. Now, ideally, that's the first spark. Ideally, we let that happen, and then we learn how to manage our own, because we don't want to be using other people's energy. That becomes a codependent relationship. We're not doing that. So, but yeah, that's the general idea of how color rays and attraction work in the beginning.
That is just so fascinating.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
so let me show you. I've got the two last pieces here. So these are the biggest. These guys are 39 by 35 inches. They are actual mirrors that I painted on. And so in this case, I masked off areas for the alcohol inks, which was actually very challenging because alcohol inks are hard to control and corral. So this can be kind of really tricky to show you. So this one has resin over top of it. And in the resin, I have glitter.
Oh, neat.
So it's super sparkly. And this is kind of one of those ones that you really got to see it in person.
Yeah, definitely.
And then at the bottom is the triangle part that is pure mirror, but you can see yourself through the glitter.
Wow.
So that was new. I had never done glitter in resin before, but I
I wanted to be able to seal the ink somehow, and I just thought that would be really fun. So,
Wow.
And
Now-
who doesn't want to see themselves all with glitter around?
it's like a
you
party
know?
all the time. So that is that guy. And then reflected, which you can see is on the other side here, is the other one. And so my choices for the shapes of the masking was really, I mean, this one is reminiscent of like kind of sun rays or radiating energy. That's really, and all of this show, I really, my message is empowerment, that people to take charge of their own energies and step into their power and who they want to be. And so I feel like these kinds of shapes and the radiating around where your reflection is going to be is just visual ways to convey that and make that happen.
Yeah, and I like the geometrical aspect with the like free flowing like colors that are representing our energy, and then that strong line that you have in there does make me feel like stepping into my power, you know?
Yeah, that's a really important comment that you just made, because there is kind of that tension or that duality between the fluidness and then the sharp angles and straight edges. So that was a theme that is throughout all the pieces, regardless of what mediums were used and which kind of substrate they're on. They all have that, you know, those angles and straight lines mixed with the fluidity of the ink.
I get that.
So
Nice.
so this is the nine
Julie.
guys. I'm super excited for everyone to come see them. And Carrie, I wanted you to be able to talk about any, like, how can people get their aura portraits? Do you have any like upcoming pop-ups and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. So my website, carriemoss.world, has every place that we're popping up. It has things listed through the end of October right now, and you can just hop on there. My Instagram also has just Linktree. You can click that and get to all of the pop-ups that we have coming up. And yeah, that's the best way to find me. And I'm so excited to see how this whole thing like develops, and come see the work in person next week and take my picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have the official opening reception for the show. Lynnie, do you want to share the details about that?
It's Saturday, the first Saturday in November. So that's the 6th. The opening will be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that's also the first day of the Austin studio tour, which is the first weekend is for the West Side. So it'll be a phenomenal celebration that the Austin art community is getting healed and stepping forward from what everybody's been going through with the changes of COVID-19. And then Julie, you're going to be here during the opening, but we'll have the art fully installed by a week from today-ish.
Fully.
I always figure, you know, I don't want us to paint us into a corner, but it'll all be online by Monday.
Yeah, but the 23rd is the official
Beginning
opening date in person at the gallery.
Nice.
Yeah.
23rd. Okay. Cool. Are you going to be there on the 23rd, Julie?
I'll be in and out on the 23rd, and then but definitely, you know, pretty much most of the day on the 6th I'll be there.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
And it'll be fun for us to take photos of people taking selfies. I can't wait. I love this. Is going to be, it's so different and so interactive.
And
Yeah,
are y'all going to post the contest rules and how to enter somewhere on social media?
Yes, I will probably post it early next week.
Yeah, so look for that. Anyone who's interested in joining, I'll definitely closer to when it's up. I'll be posting that. It'll be in my feed or stories, and then the drawing for that is going to be November 14th for the winners. But yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Woohoo!
Cool. Can't wait to play with you guys.
I know, this is great. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you so much, Julie.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
thank
me.
you.
I love your work, Julie. I'm a
Thanks,
fan.
and I love yours. Thank you for sharing all the background insights.
Absolutely. Lynnie, thank you.
All
I'll
right.
see you next week.
Fabulous. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for coming. Bye.
Hey, we're just doing a test because we're